What's going on, everybody? Wayne's Workshop here, and in this video I'm going to go over these lovely little things called Arduino, and I'm going to show you how to program a RGB LED strip in a simple fade effect. And I can do multicolors, I can do a single color. I'm even going to supply the code, and I'm going to explain to you some of the basics and how you can understand and tweak this code to your liking and to your projects. So without further ado, let's get to it. And the one I like to use is this one, and that's the Arduino Nano. You can just Google it, and you'll probably find a retailer to buy one of these. You can also buy the Uno, but they're a little bit bigger, and as it's for cosplay, I like to have these things as small as I can get them, so that's why the Nano is my preferred choice. These are also available on AliExpress, but then they're kind of like a bootleg version. What you also need is one of these, and this is called a breadboard, and that's so you can easily make your test setup. You see all these holes and all these pins, and it just gets in somewhere. And what you also need are these breadboard cables. I'll have links to all of this in the description, and this is also so you can easily plug these in, so you can test your setups really quickly, and once it all works, then you get one of these PCB boards, and then you can solder everything onto that. A link to this is also in the description. So I can hear it already. I don't know anything about Arduino. It's way too complicated. I don't know anything about electronics. Don't worry, I'm gonna explain the basics for you, and I'll do that right here. We'll first set it all up with the RGB strip, and then I'm gonna switch over to the desktop and show you some of that coding. So first, setup. So we got our breadboard over here, and this is actually a double one, where this whole area is for one circuit, and this side is also for a circuit, and then these two lines down here in the middle, that's our power line. So the one over here, it runs all the way through, that's our plus or minus, and the other one then goes also all the way through. It could also be the plus and the minus, so let's just make this one a plus and this one a minus, or vice versa. It doesn't really matter. As for this side and this side, that one doesn't go connecting through here. This one goes the opposite. It goes here and here and here and here and here and here. They go like that. They don't go all the way through. So from this one is connected to that, and that one is connected all the way through to there. Yeah, and that goes all the way through then. So it goes, this one goes, this one, same goes for these two, and these two power lines go from there all the way to there. That's that. So what we have to do always is, once you grab your Arduino, you don't plug it in on one side, because then you won't have anything on this side to plug it in. Okay, so this is a better angle. So if you have your Arduino, you don't connect it like that, because then I can't plug in everything through here, and you want to keep these lines of connections separated. And so what you do is you bridge them like this, and then just push it in. Always try to have the USB port facing out, because we'll be connecting it to the PC later to upload our code. Now you can see right there, and also right there, and also right there, you see all these letters, and that's the designation on where you need to connect what. So for, let's see, this one that I'm pointing at right now, that's the 5-volt line, and I'll be using that one for now. Then you have your reset, your ground, that's where your black one, your minus cable, will be your negative, and then there's also the V in for one if you want to go 12 volts and all that. But right now we're going to focus on this 5-volt stuff, because that's easy to connect with a battery, and my LED strips are rated for 5 to 6 volts, so let's just focus on that one. And on that power line we showed you earlier. So to power this, I'm gonna grab these breadboard cables and plug one right in there to that 5 volt and the other one to the ground, the negative. And since that middle line is going to be like our power bar, so to say, we'll connect this red one here and this one for the ground will connect there. It can be next to each other, it doesn't really matter, because now this will connect everything onto here, and once we connect power from a battery onto this, all the devices that are connected to this power line will get fed electricity. Here I have a modded power bank to have some breadboard cables, and if you want to make one of your own, you can watch the tutorial right there. So let's see, what color did I use? I see I used brown for the plus, so we're going to connect that one. That's the positive, and this one is the negative. And there you saw the Arduino came online. Show you that again. Light is off, light is on. Because we've connected this power bank to this whole power line, and the Arduino gets its power through this breadboard cable, so it gets the power. And the RGB strip will be also connected to this. So right here we have a simple RGB LED strip, and these can be coded individually, so every LED can have like a separate coding. So if you want every color of the rainbow, that's possible. And if you look here and also here, you can see that there are 3 connection points. One is the plus right there, that's the positive. One is the negative, and that middle one is for the signal. Now if we would connect only the plus and the minus, the ground, it wouldn't do anything, because it's waiting for a command from the Arduino to know what to do. It doesn't know if it has to be green, what it has to do, it has to flash, whatever, it just stays idle. So what I did is solder some cables onto it so I can plug that into my breadboard also. So I'm gonna just stick this RGB strip to my breadboard for now so you can instantly see on camera what's going on. So like I said, the one from the negative goes into this negative line, and the positive goes into the positive line. Now you can see my LED strip is lighting up, but it doesn't know what to do. It doesn't get a code or whatever from the RGB strip. That's what this bugger is for. But right now, we don't even have a code on here. So right now I've showed you how to easily connect and set this up, but now we're going to go over to the desktop and show you the Arduino software. So the first thing you do is go to the Arduino website and download their software. This is free to use, and the link is down in the description. And what you also need to download is the Fastled library, because that's a basis for Fastled programming, as the name implies, and we need to import that library into here. The link for the Fastled library is also in the description, and once you have both, install the Arduino software, and then you go to Sketch, include library, add .zip library, and mine is in the downloads folder. Come on, downloads folder, and then the fastled.zip, and open, and it'll say it already exists because I already did that. Then what I'm going to do is open the code that I'll be using. That's for the simple fade effect, and I already have that ready. This file isn't even mine. A lot of files out there are free and with a basic understanding, and that's what this video is for. I'm going to show you how to tweak it to your own needs. So right here, this code I'll upload to my Dropbox, and you can load that into your version of the Arduino software. And right here, you see a part of the code that says include Fastled library, and that's why we needed to add that .zip. Right here, it says define the number of LEDs you'll be using. It says here, right here, with they're going to use 20. In my Anna jacket, it's up to 580, so this number can go as high as you want it. So you just put in the number right there, and define pin 5 is actually what pin we'll be using to send out the signal to the RGB LED strip. Now this can be 2 up until 12 on the Nano, so take your pick. Then void setup, it's best that you do not add anything to here, and this is where the fun begins in the void loop. And here it says fade in, fade out, and this right here is the hex color code. And if you want to edit this into a different color, right now it's set to a orangey yellow, then you have to change this one, and that one. I'll show you that in a bit. And right now it will fade completely on till maximum lighting, and then it will fade off till it's completely off, and it'll do that in a loop. Now, it's best that I upload this code first, then do changes into this live so you can actually see the changes take place. So you grab a USB and you connect it to the computer, and the other one goes into your Arduino. And then we go here to tools, and we make sure that this one right here, the board, is set to the board we're actually using, and we are using a Nano, so I'm switching that to Nano. And then go back to tools and tell it to what port it is connected to. Now I know it's not on COM 1, but mine is on COM 4, and you can check that in your device manager. But I know it's on COM 4, so I'll select that. If it gets stuck on uploading and a full bar, it means it doesn't have a connection. So you better check your COM ports if that happens. But for now, we set a Nano. I know it's the Atmega 328P, and it's set to COM 4. It's time to hit that upload button, and you can get a prompt to save the coding to a different file. Then you just save that file, and then it will upload automatically after that. Then it's compiling, so you let this run, and it says done uploading. Right now, it's still not doing anything because I'll unplug the USB port. We haven't connected our digital wire, that middle one of the RGB cable, and we set it to pin 5 in the Arduino software. So right here, I'm going to connect it to to port D5. And there you go already. It is a yellow fading on, fading off effect. I know that color code was yellow. Now let's say you want it to have it blue. So let's switch back to the desktop. So let's say you don't want it yellow, you want it blue or even red, or even both. You want 3 colors in there. I found this website right here, and it's called Colorpicker. And well, everybody knows how to operate this and this. So let's say we want a green color, and we want, let's say, this color. And it says 1C E84B. So this is the code we'll be using to put in there. So let's pull up that software. Let's slide that down a little bit. So in this first, the FF, that will be 1C. And then this one will be E8. And then that third one will be 4B. And then we upload again. And now you can see it's a shade of green. Now you can see we already have a different color. Now let's say we want that previous color and this color. Let's switch back to the software. Now let's say we want to switch with 2 colors or even 3 colors. We take this line, copy it, and hit enter, and put that line there also, and let's do a 3rd color like that. Let's pick 3 colors. Now let's pick 3 completely new colors. Like, well, we'll pick 2, and I'm gonna do these from the top of my head just to save time, because I already showed you how to do certain colors like that. And we'll switch that and that, and now we have 3 different colors by basically copying that same line and entering different hex codes for colors. So we upload again, and let's switch back to the Arduino to see what happened. Now we have red, fades off, fades to blue, fades off, and fades to green. And again, red and blue, and fading off, and a green. It's so easy and so pretty because it glows. Now that I've showed you how to tweak this code to get your color that you want for your project, right now you can see it fades all the way on and it fades then all the way off. Sometimes you only don't want it to go completely off. So let's switch back to the software, and I'm just going to remove these 2 codes so that we just have the one color, so I can show you a little bit better. We move a little bit further down in the code. And here you can see this line and this line. And right here, this is the fading parameters. This 0 stands for that it is off and then illuminates to the maximum of 256. So let's say I don't want it that it goes completely from off. I want it to start at a certain point. So let's change that 0 to a 70. So it starts already on, but not on full brightness, and then it fades to full brightness. But then it reads the code further, and it goes from full brightness back to off. But I don't want it to be off, because I want it to have the same luminosity as where I started from. So I switch that 0 also to 70, or 60, or 50, or whatever you want. So we've changed those 2 parameters. And you can change that max brightness also. Let's say you don't want it to be full brightness, you want it off, but go to 70, then it would be 0, 70, and 70, 0. So that's also a possibility. But we want full brightness now and not completely off, so let's keep it like this and hit upload again and switch back to the Arduino. Now we've kept the blue, and you can clearly see, and you can even see it in the reflection on my shirt, they glow, they fade, but they don't go off all the way. And now you get this luminescent glow to it. And this effect you can do in a rainbow of effect. You know, you can, just as I showed you before, you can do that with a red, blue, green, yellow combo next to each other. But then it won't go all the way off. And now you have this little bit of a glow effect. So this is just one way you can tweak with these kind of codings. There are many free codes out there on the Arduino forum, because it's an insanely big community, and through just a simple change in a few numbers and knowing where to look, you can already tweak these codes to your project. And then if you do it right, it can look like something like this in my Anna jacket. So that's it for this video. Again, some basic Arduino understanding the code and how you can tweak something simple like that, and then, you know, tweak it for your own project, because you might not want blue, you might not want red, I don't know what color you want, but with the Colorpicker and the code I will provide down in the description, you can tweak this to your cosplay needs. So that's it again for this video. Hope you found this useful and you learned a thing or two. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. You can hear a fucking bird who can't shut the fuck up. Yes. Hush. I'm speaking. No. No.